Sounds so easy when you say it.
One little prick from this, you know what happens?
Yes.
Your blood congeals, clogging your veins.
I said yes! Shitballs.
Hey guys, we just saw Bullet Train.
That's right, everybody. Is this train worth purchasing a ticket for? Stick around, because we're about to find out.
How can I help you?
I am ready.
All right, Billy, let's get into some Bullet Train. Now, we're going to be talking about the movie. We'll score it, and then we'll get into some spoilers.
That's
and
right.
if you're looking forward to seeing this movie, you probably want to avoid this because you don't want to be spoiled, because there's some good cameos and stuff in this that,
Oh, yeah.
you know,
Yeah, there was, man.
kind of surprising.
It was awesome. So let's get into the cast. First of all, we got Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt.
Call sign Ladybug, baby.
Oh, Ladybug in this.
Yeah. Call sign Ladybug. We got some Bad Bunny, which I'd never heard of this cat before, but evidently he's a Puerto Rican rapper, reggaeton kind of guy, I guess. We got Joey King, who played in The Kissing Booth, and never saw those movies, so I don't know much about her, but I thought she did all right in this movie. Of course, we got Sandra Bullock. You know, you got to see her in the previews, even though I kind of wish they hadn't showed her in the previews.
Yeah, I'm surprised they
Kinda
spoiled
kept
that.
guessing a little
Not
bit.
that it's a huge deal, but
Yeah, we got Aaron Taylor Johnson. What all was he in, man? Dude's been in a lot of stuff. Oh yeah, Kick-Ass, man. The main dude of Kick-Ass. That's where the cat was at. Oh, we got Karen Fukuhara, who plays in The Boys, but she's got like a minor role in this. I guess she's like pushing the cart or something, so didn't really see her much, but I do like her in The Boys. You know, I like that chick in The Boys. She's a great actress for them. We got Brian Tyree Henry, played in Eternals. He plays Lemon in this, all right? He plays the twins. Black dude and the white dude, the twins.
he was in Eternals.
Yeah. And actually, Aaron Taylor Johnson plays Tangerine, who is his twin, right? The twin twin assassins in this movie. I mean, we got Hiroyuki Sanada, who doesn't know that guy. I mean, you name a freaking good Japanese flick, and he's been in it. I mean, dude's a phenomenal actor, man. Love that guy.
He was in Mortal Kombat recently, wasn't he? Didn't he play
Yeah,
Scorpion,
he played
or
Scorpion,
something?
yeah. Played Scorpion in Mortal Kombat, sure did, yeah, man. And he played in Last Samurai. He's playing all kinds of stuff, man. Phenomenal actor. But, I mean, great cast, you know. I mean, great cast, you know, and a lot of great acting in this movie.
I think he was in the Endgame, too. Didn't, what's his name, go and hunt him down?
Maybe, yeah, he might have been in Endgame. You might be right about that.
Hawkeye, I think, went and, like, killed him, I think, in that.
Great
Anytime you need, like, a Japanese samurai, he's your man.
Yeah, he's the guy. He's the go-to guy, for sure, man. No doubt about it. He doesn't disappoint ever. Like I said, you know, the Jamie King, who plays her name's Prince in this, even though she's a chick. You know, I never really seen her before, but, you know, she's kind of annoying, but I thought she did pretty good, though.
Right?
Yeah, Joey is her real name, but...
Now, you're a big Brad Pitt fan.
Oh, yeah, dude. Love Brad Pitt, man.
Yeah?
He's awesome. Yeah. Brad Pitt is awesome.
Well, he is brilliant in this movie because he's kind of like that guy from that one movie we saw with Channing Tatum a little bit. What was that movie?
What was it? Lost City.
Yeah, Lost City.
Yeah.
So he's like this badass guy, but he's trying to get like his zen on, but he's just like struck with a lot of bad luck.
Yeah, he's like a dorky badass in this movie.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool. Yeah, and you know, and yeah, he's got a lot of bad luck, which, you know, kind of hints to call sign Ladybugs. Ladybug's supposed to be for good luck, but later in the movie you find out that's not quite the case. It's even cool how they kind of go into stupid little stories like that. You know, stuff you never thought you'd have known, and they kind of explain stuff to you in this movie, and I was like, oh, okay, I learned something.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Ladybug's supposed to be lucky. Ha!
You don't have bad luck.
Really?
Now, we just saw Gray Man and reviewed that, and I said that genre is getting a little tired, and I was a little nervous going into this movie, too, because although it's not the exact same premise, it's still like a badass guy taking on a lot of people, so pretty same, and I was like, I'm kind of tired of it. But this movie pleasantly surprised me.
So this so far is like the go-to action movie of the summer. Like if you're going to see any action movie so far this summer, it's worth seeing. You know, I mean, this one's definitely the go-to because, you know, like I said, it does so much right. Just the writing was phenomenal. I mean, phenomenal. You know, we talked about Thor: Love and Thunder, and I thought Taika Waititi did a shit job in the writing in that, and whoever else helped him write. Flip the script on this. His writing was perfect. I mean, this plays out like a Quentin Tarantino film. It's got a lot of Quentin Tarantino aspects to it.
This is very similar to Kill Bill on a train, if you ask me.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
because you know, Kill Bill, she's hunting down all these like almost like boss level people. Same thing with this movie. There's a bunch of people in it that are pretty cool on their own right. And even though Brad Pitt's not hunting them down, they're kind of doing the opposite. But
well, and in the way it just kind of ties them all together and explains how they all ended up on this train together and just how all that worked out, and just the writing on that was phenomenal. And even the way it ends, you know, the way just something, you know, and whenever you watch this movie, you're gonna see a quick credit scene. Stay. Don't get up and walk out as soon as it ends, because there's a scene right after the quick credit scene, and you're going to want to watch it because it ties up some loose ends in the movie. Phenomenal.
Yeah, and there's no mid or after credits, but and I probably could have used one, because there's a character I could have seen more, and I'll get into that in the spoiler section. But this movie is way smarter than you expect it to be, especially with the way it intertwines like all their stories and everything like that. And this movie, the way it's filmed is kind of interesting too, because like someone will pop up in the movie and then it'll immediately go to a backstory, which is kind of interesting and fun too. And it does that for like so many people.
Right, and then the way it just kind of ties all the backstories together to fit into the whole overall arching story is just phenomenal. You know, the way they played all that out, I was like, wow, I like.
Yeah, and you know, we just saw Thor where Thor was overboard on the comedic elements. This movie captures the right tone where it's funny, but you know, that doesn't like overpower the seriousness of some of the scenes, and like the stuff going on with Tangerine and Lemon is just like really cool. Oh yeah, dude. So that it does a good job of capturing many different tones throughout this movie.
Hi. You don't remember me. You look like every white homeless man I've ever seen.
Well, and one great thing I love about this movie too is like, you know, some movies like somebody comes back to life, you're like, what kind of crap is this? They make it realistic in this movie, and the way it's written and the way stuff happens in this movie, you're like, okay, I can totally see that. You know, nothing's too off the wall crazy. Well, except maybe, you know, there
are some off the wall crazy stuff. Like, let's not.
Yeah, there is some, of course. Yeah, especially towards the end of the movie, there's definitely some. But the way a lot of it's done is done very well, and it's like, okay, cool, I can totally see them surviving because of X, Y, and Z. You know, so I liked how they freaking threw that in there. And then there's just some great filming in this, right? Like just scenes where like people are just, or Brad Pitt's like floating through the air in this crash scene, and like he's getting hit in the face with a freaking like coffee pots and stuff, you know, just showing slow-mo. Just phenomenal. Freaking awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, the bottom line, this movie is just fun, entertaining, and has good action.
Absolutely, yeah. No, I mean, if like I said earlier, if you want to see a good action movie, go see this one. It will freaking blow your mind as far as just how well done, how well written this movie is. And just how it's not the same, you know, like you'd expect it to be. You know, like Josh talked about, you know, it's not your same typical action movie that we've been seeing all summer, you know, the past couple of years, I guess. You know, just keep repeat, you know, same crap over and over again with different actors. You know, this is totally something new and just great. I mean, it was, you walk out of there feeling good. And I felt great walking out of this movie like, wow, I'm totally glad I went and saw this movie.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, it's just fun. I think if you're in action, you can't go wrong with this. No. And it's just, it does everything right.
Yeah, no, it totally does, man. What are you giving it?
Yeah, I'm going to give this movie a 9 out of 10 because, I mean, to me, like I said, I was getting kind of tired with this genre, especially after The Gray Man, and this movie just, it proved me wrong.
Oh, yeah.
It proved me that you can make a really good movie with characters that are kind of badass like this.
Yeah, well, and when it kind of proves us right too, and you know, because a lot of other movies we talked about, just the writing. You got to have good writing, man, and this movie gives it to you. I mean, the writing was phenomenal.
I was a little nervous that the trailer showed too many good scenes, so when I saw it, I was like, probably the best scenes were in the trailer, but I was wrong because there's a lot left that isn't shown in the trailer.
Absolutely, especially with some of the cameos that pop up and all that. Just phenomenal, man, and I'm right there with you. I'm giving this movie a 9. I mean, very well written movie, best action movie I've seen in a very long time. You know, just you can't go wrong with this movie. I mean, they were, like I said, Quentin Tarantino, like you said, kind of Kill Bill-ish type movie, totally like that. Just fun movie, well-written movie, just awesome following the story. And definitely, if you need to get up and use the bathroom, which I did at one point, you got to time it right, man, because otherwise you might miss a backstory for somebody or something like that.
You can't go to the bathroom.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to
It's too good. It's too good.
Like, I got up and ran to the bathroom, ran back, you know, and luckily I picked the right time to do it. But I mean, yeah, there's a lot to miss in this movie if you freaking, you know, miss out on a scene. So, man, but phenomenal.
And the pacing in this movie is really well done, too, because, like, I wasn't bored for a second during this.
No, not at all. No, because it's just, you know, because, like you said, they tie in enough of the funny and enough of the action to where there's never a dull moment, right? Either it's a funny moment or it's an action moment or it's a good, you know, or it's a cool flashback moment, you know, so you're not missing, there's no blank space in this movie, you know, and there's really no blank space. You're just like, okay, hurry up and get me through this part so we get to the next action scene. You know, it's just great. So, yeah, no, I'm right there with you. 9, man. 9. I think this is probably I think there's only one other time, and I can't remember what movie it was, where we both gave a 9. So I think this is, yeah.
This might be the best movie I've seen so far this year. So.
Yeah. Oh, definitely the best movie I've seen.
Especially, definitely for an action movie.
Absolutely. This is the best action movie I've seen in several years. I can tell you that much. I mean, this movie is completely, well, you know, just it gives you everything you need. It gives you everything you need for an action movie. and it's not a freaking rewash, you know, rehash the same old crap. You know, they just throw in some new stuff in here, and then again, it's more reminiscent of a Kill Bill or.
And you know, Liam Neeson did a movie. I think it was called The Commuter, where it was kind of like the same principle on a train like this, but this movie is just so much better.
Yeah, this movie.
And Brad Pitt, he brings so much to the table.
Oh yeah,
Because I mean, he hits all the right notes, man. He's just funny, charming, and
he's great, man. He's great.
Awesome action. Well,
and again, and you said it earlier, Lemon and Tangerine, like those two dudes in it also just add a whole nother freaking element to it, and especially their interactions with Brad Pitt, just together and apart.
Amazing.
Phenomenal. Like, I mean, great movie, dude. I mean, just all the banter between everybody, just the way they tie everybody together, just amazing movie. Go see this movie, like hands down. Get your butt off a couch and go see it. Like, I know it's hot outside, at least here in Virginia it is. But hey, get off the couch, go in there, go check this flick out, because you are not going to be disappointed. You're going to walk out of that thing like, oh, man, this is great.
All right, so let's get in some spoiler territory now.
Oh, yeah.
And discuss, like, the meat and potatoes of the movie.
That's right. Ladybug.
Yep, so what do you think? I mean, there's a lot of, like,
well, dude,
Thomas the Tank Engine talking.
Oh, my gosh, man. Lemon loves his Thomas the Tank.
He's all about it. And I love the way they, like, tie that all over the movie with like the diesel and stuff. Like he's trying to figure out who the diesel is.
Freaking diesel. Like he ties all these Thomas, like Lemon loves Thomas the Tank, so he ties all these characters in. He's like this TV show's taught me so much. I can tell what kind of person you are. You know, based on Thomas the Tank. Like, you might be a Thomas, you might be a Diesel, you might be a Henry. I don't know the hell their names, but
he's not always right, apparently.
That's right. He's not always right.
And I was kind of surprised by that, because he's like, I can read people. I'm like, well, you couldn't read this chick because the prince had you fooled.
That's right. Prince had him fooled.
And I'm surprised
even though she kind of didn't, right? He was like,
well, not near the end, but that was when it was obvious.
Well, even in the beginning, he was like, you know what? I want to say he's bad, but you're still kind of giving me a little vibe here. I don't really trust you.
And that's what kind of disappointed. Cause just because she points to him, he whacks him like. I didn't really like that part.
No, I didn't either. But
because I was like, this dude's supposed to be able to read people,
right?
But
yeah, man,
you know what can you do?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, but let's talk about Ladybug. So Brad Pitt's character, evidently, so number one, he's a snatch, right? So evidently, this agency that hires people has like people for different fits, right? You got like your assassin, you got like your snatch and grab guy, and Brad Pitt's a snatch and grab guy, right?
He's just a substitute.
Yeah. and he's a substitute in this one, right?
He's a substitute assassin or whatever you call him.
He's replacing Carver, who had a stomach bug, couldn't make it, so he's got in there as a substitute. But it's funny though, because he's a snatch and grab guy, but he's one hell of a freaking fighter. You know, I was like, well, he's just a snatch and grab guy. What the hell's he got all these? You know, hey, I guess those guys.
I mean, he can outfight anybody apparently.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, man, and he does have some bad luck, man, and just the scenes that go along with his bad luck in this movie, I mean, some are hilarious. You know, you got the scene where that freaking suitcase pops open, like dildo falls out.
I even like when he's like taking on the wolf, and then you know he blocks the knife throw, and it ends up in his heart. And that's kind of fun because he like gives his heart to his wife when he marries her, and he gets stabbed in the heart. So it's kind of funny. And then he even falls and like breaks his neck on the briefcase or whatever. So.
Oh yeah, well that's the thing too. There was a lot of John Wick kill scenes in that too, right? You had several guys getting killed, like their necks broken with a book or freaking shit like that. You know, I noticed a lot of freaking.
But he was
like
just holding it, and he falls on. He's like, man.
Well, then the way he's propping the bodies up, right, to make it look like they're still alive. You know, it's like some Weekend at Bernie's crap.
Yeah, and I love the Hornet where he's like, "Oh, can I get you a blanket or some water, or you want me to hold you?"
She's dying.
She's like in agony. He's trying to figure out how to soothe her. He's oh man,
can I help you out there?
Hilarious.
Or then there was one Weekend at Bernie's scene where the White Death, where his son. Which, hold on, we didn't even mention him in the freaking That's all right. Where his son is like dead, and they're like, you know, oh, we gotta, you know, but of course, White Death wants his men to see his son is still alive. Yeah. So he's the Lemon's in there like waving his hand.
He's doing a pretty good job of that too. He's like, Lemon and Tangerine, man.
Yeah, those two
they almost like make the movie.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, but Brad Pitt's amazing too.
Yeah,
but.
I mean. Yeah, but all three of them are definitely like the trifecta in this movie.
I love when like Tangerine and Brad Pitt are fighting, and then they have like a mutual respect where it's like, he's like, "Can I get some water?" And then he's like, "Oh, I don't have any cash on me." And he's like, "All right, I guess I got you."
Like, you know how much money that water was made? It was 20 quid.
I love those little moments. Yeah, I love those little moments like that where they're kind of teaming up, but not really. So.
Or where after, you know, Tangerine dies, and then Brad Pitt's fighting with Lemon again, but then they kind of become boys, and Lemon's like, yeah, well, you know, my brother died, but it's like I got a new brother, and Brad Pitt's like, really? And he was like, hell no.
Now, what did you
was
think
like, oh,
about
man.
Lemon dying and coming back?
See, now that's the part we talked about earlier, right? I thought it was cool because the way they played that out, again, great writing. You know, whenever it kind of first started, Tangerine and Lemon are both, you know, again, they're twin assassins, even though they're not really twins.
They're not really twins.
One's black and one's white. But Tangerine asked Lemon, "Hey man, you make sure you wear your vest." And he's like, "Man, what self-respecting hitman wears a vest?" He's like, "That gives you overconfidence." You know?
What if you get shot in the neck or that or something?
Yeah. But then later on, he gets shot up, you know, and you think he's dead. And then he comes back and it's like, "Oh, he actually did wear the vest."
Now, see,
So
they
that
make
was
like
great writing.
they say something early on that like justifies that, which I thought was like really cool, and they do that for a lot of things. But like one thing that is kind of missing is like the train staff, the drivers, and the conductor all like seemingly disappear at some point.
Yeah,
and there are some fights on this train where you're kind of like nobody notices anything. Are you
nobody pulling the
kidding
emergency
me?
stop on this
I
thing?
mean, you
Like-
have a whole car that's dedicated to like a bar, and no one's there or anything.
Oh,
And
yeah.
even when like Brad Pitt and Tangerine are in like that one room where all the things, like she's not like, "What the hell are you doing in here? Like this ain't for guests,"
Right.
like, you know.
Right.
So there's little things like that you can nitpick, but the movie's so fun you don't really pay
you
too
don't
much
care.
attention to that.
Exactly. Well, and then they do kind of explain at some point why all the passengers are
Yeah,
missing. Because
and I thought that was smart
Yeah.
because I was
Yeah.
like taking note of that, and I'm like, this is going to be my critique, and then they kind of
White Death's
mentioned
like,
that.
"Oh, I bought all the seats," you know. So yeah, I was like, "Okay, perfect, it's good." So I mean, any little thing you can nitpick about, they kind of thought about in this movie and took
For the
care
most
for the
part.
most part, and you know, and covered it. So I appreciated that a lot. You know, and it just
You can definitely tell they took their time and like kind of
Oh, dude.
nitpicked it and tried to
Absolutely.
make sense of some
yeah,
things.
absolutely. And then the small things like we're talking about where they're fighting in an employee room kind of area, you know, it's like, yeah, whatever. You know?
Yeah, whatever.
But yeah, man, I mean, just awesome, dude. I mean, holy cow, dude. I mean, I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. I was laughing. I was like, yeah, forget just, you know, it was great, man.
Yeah, and I was worried about the Sandra Bullock appearance, but there are like 2 cameos that are pretty amazing.
Oh, dude, yeah. Channing Tatum, phenomenal. And
I
funny
saw
is,
Channing Tatum. I was like, oh,
dude,
man.
it's gonna be good. 'Cause anytime Channing Tatum does a little cameo, you know
Yeah.
it's gonna be good. You know, free guy.
He's like the master of the cameo.
Yeah, he
so.
is. And he doesn't disappoint here either, man. Great little cameo he's in. You know, you're just like, oh, dude, what a great, you know, and it's just awesome. What I really appreciate about this guy is that he'll play those little small roles, right? He's like,
Yeah, I mean, that's what's cool about it. He
yeah.
doesn't have like an ego and stuck up like
Nah.
some people be like, I'll do it. I don't care what it is.
He's like, hell yeah, bring me in. I'll do that little funny role. Yeah, absolutely. And he's great at it, you know. So it's like, hell, you know, so not only is he big, you know, he does big stuff like Magic Mike, but then they bring him in these little cameos, man. He just blows it away. You know, it just definitely adds on to the movie. I mean, would the movie been fine without that? Yeah, but this is just like little extra icing on the cake, you know, little Channing Tatum icing there, man.
Yep.
And
And
freaking
then
love
we
it.
get some other special cameo. Like you get Channing Tatum. We got like Brad Pitt. Who else can we get?
And we get
And then
Ryan
we
Reynolds.
see Carver.
You get to see
Ry-
Carver.
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
He's not in it very long.
He's
but,
in it for one scene.
but
and
it's
then,
good just to see him.
Oh yeah, and the thing is, and the reason Brad Pitt's on the train because it was supposed to be Carver, who's the world-renowned assassin hitman kind of guy, but evidently he got a
And he
stomach.
took out White Death's wife. I
Yeah, he
guess.
killed White Death's wife, thinking it was White Death, right? That was White Death.
And I thought that was brilliant the way the White Death organized this whole train to kind of get back at the people who were responsible for his wife's death.
Yep, get everybody on the train at the same time. It was awesome.
So that was all. And then poor Brad Pitt's just a substitute.
Brad Pitt's
for
like,
that.
I'm not Carver. I'm not. You just got a
It's like,
stomach
you got
bug.
the wrong guy.
Brad Pitt's like,
Because they haven't seen him or anything.
and then there's you, Carver. He's like, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm not Carver, man.
It's like a light bulb moment. He's like, what?
He's like, what the hell am I doing?
And that
here?
was like awesome, like to have the White Death like tied to everybody like that
Oh,
to
dude.
make it make sense and everything
Absolutely.
else. So
Absolutely.
yeah, I mean, there's a lot of flashbacks in this,
Oh, dude,
and there's
flashbacks
so
are
many
great.
flashbacks. At one point, they even do a water bottle flashback. You're like, let's
show
get
you-
into where the water bottle came
Yeah,
from.
that was awesome. Yeah, and it shows you where the water bottle comes from. Yeah, that was
And
great.
it shows like the water bottle's journey, which is like really cool because that's the thing. This movie does a great job of like mixing things up.
Oh, yeah.
As far as the action, you know, especially where like they hold some guy up from the train and then
wham!
he gets like
Oh,
whacked.
dude,
I
that's
mean,
awesome.
like they're throwing a lot
of
at
good
you, which
deaths.
is really good.
Yeah, a
And
lot
as
of
soon as
great-
you get kind of like worn out from something, they surprise you with something else.
Oh yeah, a lot of great death scenes, just different types of death scenes, and in the way they even do something, like you said, with freaking the way the wolf dies, man, where it bounces out, hits him in the heart, and the whole reason he was there was for his heart. So they tied that into his story. It was like phenomenal. And then of course the very last death scene was just classic as well, like the way they tie it all together with that, with how Prince dies, and you're like, oh, that was
Yeah.
great for the tangerine truck, you know.
Yeah, and I really
Like,
like
that's
the Prince
awesome.
character too, how she was able to play her role and her part in it all.
Yeah, she did a great
And
job
like her
acting.
brilliant plan to kind of take out the White Death, I thought was like really cool.
Yeah, take out her daddy. Yeah. And so then she can become the White Death.
Yeah. And I even like how the White Death didn't even care about his son too much.
Oh, yeah. He's
so.
like, that little asshole's the reason my wife's dead. I should have cut that freaking, cut that sore off earlier.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a brilliant movie when you think about it. Man.
Oh, dude,
it's got everything. It delivers on everything.
Oh yeah.
I wish Thor was like this, but no.
No, dude, there's very few movies that are like this.
That's true.
Nowadays,
That's
very
true.
few movies that are this thought out.
Most people just kind of phone it in with the action, but this one goes above and beyond.
No, because not only does it have the action, but there's a purpose and a reason behind each, a lot of the action, and in the way that some people die, which is phenomenal. Like, just the way it happens, you're like, wow, just how great and well written this story is, man. It blew me away.
Yeah,
blew me away. Left me excited, man. I was just like, wow, what a. Left me with hope. Let me with hope that we still got some capable writers out there that can give us some good action movies or good movies. Period. With a good story.
Even like Brad Pitt, like not liking guns and weapons, ties into this thing near the end and everything. Yep. So I mean, it's just smart the way everything ties together.
Oh yeah. Or what about the bomb scene, man? Where White Death gets his package and he tells his guys to check it. Yeah. He's like, hey, check the money, and so they got the case and they're like, hey man. Why does he want us to check this? What if there's a bomb in here or something? That was awesome. That was great.
Yeah, it was good.
Because even the underlings at least have some common sense, right? And the other movies, underlings ain't got no common sense.
Like, why did he open it himself?
He opened this back himself.
And I love where Brad Pitt goes off and he's teaming up with Tangerine, and they're like, here we are with the brothers, the twins. They're like, they even look alike. And like he yeah, we don't even have the combo thing, and he like spins it and then it opens up.
That's the underwear and dildo.
Right. I mean, it's just hilarious. There's so many good scenes. So many good scenes.
Freaking phenomenal.
What do you think about the snake and stuff? I was waiting to like see where that played in because I was like, they keep showing the snake.
And even that was cool, right? I mean, you knew somebody was gonna get bit. But the way it plays out and who gets bit, we're like, phenomenal.
I was worried that the snake was like going to bite White Death at the end to do because I was like, they keep showing this snake, man. It's going to tie in somewhere big time.
I thought it was either going to bite him or I thought maybe it was going to bite the prince. But the way they played that out and who it bit, I was like, wow, perfect. I was like, I was like, classic. It was amazing how they did that. Because again, it was a guy with bad luck who happened to have good luck right there, right? I mean, he was lucky that it had worked out for him earlier in the movie the way things did. So
a lot of yin yang going on in this, movie here. So.
Yeah. Oh man, great movie, dude.
Yeah, it's awesome. Go check it out if you get the chance.
That's right, folks. There you have it. Spoilers and all. And even though we spoiled a lot for you, and if you watch this, man, go check this movie out. Please talk to us on this one. It's been a while since we had some good chat with people. We would love to have some good chats with you on this one, man. I mean, you can't go wrong with this movie. So let us know what you thought.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if someone says, I didn't like it.
Oh, and I would love to debate with you on that one, for sure. Because you'd be crazy to tell me you didn't like this movie. But hey, as always, guys, we love doing this for you. We appreciate you watching. And please hit that like and subscribe button. We'll check you in our next review.
See you guys.
Yeah,
we love that word phenomenal, man. I think you say it every review.
Good, man.
That's good. You're like, if anything was good, it was phenomenal.
That's right.
It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Oh, you missed my vital organ.
Yeah, that's right. I'm good, man. Bullet went clean through. I'm good.
You're an amazing assassin, but you don't do much follow-up.
That's right.
Two trains collide, no one died. Come on, man.
And she's funny is her name's the Prince in this, and she's currently filming a movie called The Princess, where she plays the princess.
That's a shit deal.